Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's look at the two versions of Gabriel, the new Transcendent forms, in Karuna. And then I'm probably not going to do specific reviews for each version of Gabriel. I feel like I talked about them enough in the X-Flag breakdown, but this will give me another chance to talk about them more specifically in this quest here. And then I've also gotten better at Karuna since my first time clear video. My luck is about 60 right now for Karuna, so I can talk better about the quest here. But my max luck is Marishten. He might not be the best max luck for this mission, but I just like the character so much that I prefer to use him. He has the Kin Strength Ableberry, which gives him 3000 attack, and then also the Spirit Crest. And then if he has that, then he can much better like one-punch the Octopus guys, and then also almost one-punch the Archer guys as well, so it makes him easier to use in here. Next up is Belphegor, and she's maybe one of the best characters for this quest, so it's good to put her in here to sort of compare her with the two Gabriels. And then in the third slot is Gabriel Ascension. She is a Pierce with the No Warp. She also has no wind, which helps her out in this quest. If you can stay away from the wind, then you can get better shots on the boss. You can stay away from damaging attacks, so that makes her better than the Evolution form, which is the fourth character. Fourth character picked up a No Warp with the Transcendent form, which is nice, but no wind, so... And then the Ascension form also has very high attack. I think it's like over, maybe it's over 35,000 with the gauge, so that's very good. And then I like to bring 3 bounce characters, 1 pierce characters into Karuna. The bounce characters are generally better for taking down the little guys, and then the pierce character is better for doing damage on the boss. As for bump combos, the Ascension form of Gabriel, she has the double energy circle and then the cross laser. Bump combos don't do a lot of damage in here, so that's not too big of a deal. And then the Evolution form has the chain lightning, which again, not a super big deal in this quest. And then for strike shots, the Ascension form has a meteor strike shot. That can maybe help you with the resurrection loops, although a lot of the characters are going to be one hit anyway, so yeah, if you can like add a hit on the mini bosses, or like this character here, the butterfly character, that can get you some extra damage in there over certain turns. And then Gabriel Evolution has the becomes a Pierce Null Everything strike shot. So yeah, becoming the Pierce, that can help her get concentrated damage on the boss, you know, going back and forth through the weak point. One thing that I would say is kind of strange about the differences between the strike shots of Gabriel, Ascension, and Evolution is that the multiplier for the Ascension version on the speed and power up is higher than the one for the Evolution. And then the Ascension version, you know, she also has the meteor damage on top of that. And then there's the poison damage coming after that. So for pure damage, I would say the Ascension version strike shot is going to be much better than the Evolution. I don't know if it's very fair though to compare the Evolution and the Ascension so closely though, because they have, you know, the different sling styles and then the different null abilities, so they're going to go to different quests. And then also the Evolution version, she's got the Light and Dark Slayer, so that'll make her better for different quests as well. But as for use in Karuna, again, I like the 3 bounce characters and the 1 pierce character. I would say that Gabriel Ascension is near the top for best choices for the pierce character. Other good ones are like Wagner and then Hotori. But yeah, I really do feel like the Gabriel here is a good candidate for the Pierce character. Mostly because her attack and then her speed are so high. With her speed being so high, it's easier for her to get around and then take down the revival loops. That's useful. And then with the Pierce character being kind of the finisher on the boss, having the high attack is going to be really nice for that too. Gabriel Evolution, she has a lot of competition for the bounce characters in this quest. I would say Belphegor is better than her, and then also maybe any of the characters with the speed up bump combo, they also might be better than the evolution form of Gabriel. Of course, if you don't have anybody else, then she's perfectly usable in here. And then I like her versatility of being able to change between Pierce and Bounce. And then this revival loop where we see the two pairs of guys on either side, I generally find it's easier to get that with Pierce characters, so that might be a good time to use the evolution version strike shot. But as we can see, having gone through the quest so far, we're just trying to be careful with our angles and then trying to get rid of the resurrection loops so that the boss or the mini-boss is by themselves, and then we can do concentrated damage on them. One thing that I found playing this mission a lot is that the confusion, which the Gabriel Ascension has there on the right, is maybe the most dangerous part of this quest. If you hit your own characters, you're going to do damage to them. And then the farther you get in the quest, the higher the damage is going to be. And so if a character does pick up the confusion, then I really try to go for angles where I don't hit my teammates at all, even if it means I'm not doing any damage to any of the enemies. I think it's that important, so... And then looking at a lot of like YouTubers' first impressions of the two versions of Gabriel, almost all of them say that the Ascension is the kind of the preferable version. Like if you only had one of her, then you'd want to use the Ascension form most of the time. But I'm personally a fan of the new version of the Evolution version. I like bounce characters with elemental slayers. And then this Gabriel, she has a double null ability as well, so that's pretty cool. I like Nostradamus, the Ascension version. She's got the double Slayer, and she's really turned out to be useful. So in the future, we might see more and more quests where Gabriel Evolution will have like a good niche space, but yeah, we'll have to wait for that. Alright, and then here is an example of Gabriel Ascension getting some hits in on the boss's weak point. And then she is helped by that, but she is helped with that, her being a Pierce, and then also having the Null Wind, so she won't be pulled into the fan down there. Yeah, but there we can see the kind of damage that we're doing to our own characters if we have the Confusion status effect, so... Definitely want to be careful about hitting our own guys. Alright, I'm going to take this turn to get some HP back. I'm getting a little bit nervous. But that's fine, because, I was looking at the number of turns that Karuna had left. And then I knew I was going to get the turn from the Gabriel Ascension by the time the one-hit KO would come out. So yeah, I was able to take that time to heal. If you had 2 copies of Gabriel, I think a lot of people would actually say to make 2 of the Ascension version. But I would make 1 Ascension, 1 Evolution, just to, get a sense of both types of the characters. But as you get more Gabriels, if you have like 3 or 4, then I would go ahead and like make the 3 of the Ascension, and then maybe keep 1 of the Evolution. Things might change in the future based on what the quests that come out in the future are looking like, but yeah, for now I think the Ascension is going to be the better one to have more of. Okay, so all of the boss sequences, they'll work pretty much like this. We get rid of the kind of the first wave of little guys on screen. And then the boss will come out, and then another wave of little guys will come out. We take down that wave, and then the boss will move into a position near the wall. And then we can get in between the wall and the boss in order to do damage to him. Okay, so there's the second wave gone. Boss will move, and then, yeah, we just have to get over there. And I'm very interested in pulling Satan Alpha from the Summer Revival Hatcher, where they will get their Transcendent forms. Satan Alpha will have the Water Slayer, Weak Point Slayer, and the Golzetsu Slayer. So he's going to do some pretty crazy damage against the boss. Especially since the weak point is pretty much always against the wall, so it'll be easy to get concentrated damage in there. The tricky thing will be kind of working around the warps, since he has the Null Everything Strike Shot only every other round, so yeah. And then this Revival Loop here, this might be the most difficult one in the mission. Especially if your guys do not have the Null Wind. They'll get, you know, kind of pulled into the center, and then it's difficult to get a good angle on all three of the guys. Kind of the best thing that you can rely on is speed up. And so hopefully you're getting around the screen enough that you cover all of the angles, and then you can take down all of the little guys. So I forget his name, Tourmaline or something. He's got the Water Slayer, I think, and then also speed up, so he's pretty great in here. I also like Hypnos. He doesn't have any Slayer, but he does have the speed up, so he's pretty good as a support character. Okay, so first wave of little guys is taken down, and then the next wave comes out. This one also can be a little difficult because there is the butterfly woman up there. She has a lot of HP. So let's use Gabriel Ascension Strike Shot in order to get the Poison Meteor out. We'll take down the two little orbs, and then also take away about half the HP of the butterfly woman, and then also poison her so that we can get more damage as we go. And Gabriel Evolution has the Confusion, so I don't want to go after the butterfly woman there. We'll just go down and away. Okay, poison damage is doing good work on the butterfly woman, and there she goes. And then the boss will come up. But yeah, if you have any strike shots that can do sort of like area damage, like Meteor or Command Strike shots, you might want to use it against the little guys on this last stage. And then once the boss is by itself, you can use like Speed and Power Up, which is more for like damage against a single target, like I did here with a Belphegor, and then take down the boss. But yeah, if I had not taken down the boss on that turn, I could have used the Pierce Gabriel Ascension, and then also used the Pierce Gabriel Evolution Strike Shot, and then probably have taken down the boss there. But yeah, that was a look at Karuna with the new versions of Gabriel. Both versions are perfectly usable in here, but the Ascension version might be better because she has the higher just standard attack, higher standard speed, and then her being a Pierce, also with a Null Wind. So yeah, I think she's the better choice in this quest. Okay, hopefully you have yours, and thanks for watching. Take care.